What type of man are you? Are you the type of man who spends his entire days in a state of either lack, depression, unworthiness, stagnancy that creates no possible opportunity for growth or change? Or are you the type of man that says he's going to do something and he makes sure he gets it done? Regardless of the man you identify to be, and ultimately the things that we identify to, we become. So watch out for that. Are you identified right now to a past version of yourself that you are keeping alive in this now moment? Or do you feel inspired by your past and you work day in and day out to make yourself into a better man out of your shortcomings? Are you actually doing your best? A lot of people make it seem like they're doing their best by living life on autopilot, living life out of a fear-based mentality that actually creates maybe different circumstances, but signifies to them the same outcomes. The outcomes of what? Being depressed, not liking life, being maybe fat, lazy, unaccomplished, unmotivated. I want you guys to know that you can change, and you can change fast. But you actually have to show up for the change. You can't just think about it. You can't just rehearse it in your mind as if it's actually happening. You have to become it. You have to actually step into the fire to become anew. You can't just put one foot in. You have to go all in. You have to go all in on what you are wanting to achieve in this life. And if you have the past appearing day in and day out in your mind telling you that you're not good enough, of why would anyone want to hear your message, or what's the hope in it for you? You're nothing. With that mentality, you will always be nothing, a blip in the matrix of untapped potential. But no one else was making you that way. It was always you. And I think the most depressed people are the ones who discount their worth, their capabilities, the degree of them actually not being able to see life clearly. They're the ones creating life to be awful, to be an awful maze of the mind that seems like you can't get out. However, you are making the maze as you go. You could be making it more difficult by you being attached to your difficulties. And if you guys don't like yourself, don't expect any other person to want to be with you. Don't expect any other person to see the good in you. And obviously, yes, there are people that can, but why should they? You should be working towards something every single day. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you live. I don't care about anything that comes from the outside, because the greatest power lies within. And if you want to dominate this life in a way that's actually coming from reverence to who you are and what you are here to provide, then nothing can stand in your way. Whatever appears to be dense and solid, once you confront it, you will see it crumble right in front of your eyes. That the power that breaks through barriers and molds does not come from when you are at the top of the mountain or when you receive all your accomplishments to make you feel better and to make you feel like you're living a new reality. It comes from the sheer moment of your belief in yourself, to allow everything that is not in alignment to that identity to crumble, to become the dust that needs to settle in order for you to see clearly the path of a new direction. And that new direction comes when you can get pissed off about who you are right now, where you're at right now, and what you have not showed up for. That could be first and foremost who you are as a man. If you are unhealthy right now, overweight, sad, depressed, anxious, review your life. Review your days, just the past week. What did you do? Did you do anything to make yourself feel a glimpse of relief in an actual sense, not in a sense of what porn provides, or food, or weed, or alcohol, or sex? because that is fleeting. What did you do to actually create change that can be seen on a day-to-day basis? When a man is overweight and he goes to the gym, that is him showing up to build himself out of who he now is. When a man understands that porn is no longer serving him, but is actually weakening him, that's when he views his urges as the test to who he wants to be. Can he pass the test of what his higher version of himself is gifting to him, to meet him where he's at? Because he's not behind a computer screen. He's put the computer down and he's actually made a living for himself, not working under the thumb of another man, but working under his own vision of what he saw to be and it becoming actualized. So what type of man are you? Are you going to go another year sitting on your couch day in and day out? Are you going to go another year telling yourself that you're going to be better? That you're going to actually show up for yourself? Are you actually going to do it? And the simplest way to do it is actually just doing it. Telling yourself your plan, telling yourself that you're serious, looking yourself in the eyes every day and say, I'm going to war with you. Stop giving your power away to the outside world. The outside world doesn't mean anything. The outside world is just a mere reflection of what you've programmed it to be. So blame yourself. Don't blame anything else outside of you. You're giving away your power. Hold yourself to a standard of living that makes you act in accordance to the man who's already living that reality. What would he do every day? What would he wear? How would he take care of himself? What type of people would he allow into his space? Instead of allowing people just to come and go and using you as a doormat. If you feel like a doormat as a man, it's because you've caved. You've caved into your own self-limitations, doubts, beliefs that you actually have become a person that people get to use and abuse, or perhaps you use and abuse yourself more than other people. Start living the life that you want to live. Stop limiting your thoughts to what happened yesterday or who you were in the past. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of how you talk to yourself. And imagine if another person, let's say a roommate, was living with you and talked to you in the same way you talk to yourself. Would you want a relationship with that person? Would you want that person living with you? Probably not. You'd probably want to go as far away as you could from that person. But you can't when it's you and you. So you got to make the change. You have to set boundaries for yourself. You have to learn resiliency and grit, to not give up when things are tough, but to keep going in the rough of what it means to be in the mud of your own consciousness, the mud that is actually going to shape you into the man that needed to be on the ground to learn how to rise. You have it within you. You have potential within you. You just have to stop believing in who you are today. Unless you like yourself, then keep going. Keep accomplishing things. But if you don't, you have work to do. Cut out the distractions. Start learning Start putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Start building the confidence that comes from being able to face rejection again and again and not taking no for an answer. The way out is truly from within. So whatever you're wanting out of, you better be able to face it within yourself. I hope this video could help you, inspire you, speak life into you. And if you guys are wanting any one-on-one coaching with me, my email is down below and I would love to assist you. You can make the change and you can make the change fast, but you have to override the thoughts that keep you stuck in this state of mind, that keeps you entrapped in the mental blocks that create fragments that are not true unless you believe them to be. So if you guys liked today's video, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot. And without further ado, I will see you in my next video. Bye.